social media messaging app WhatsApp is once again making headlines. Its new terms of service is coming under fire. If users don't accept it by a certain date, they may find themselves with limited ability to use the app. South Africa's information regulator is now looking at legal options to fight the 15 May cutoff date for acceptance of WhatsApp's privacy policy. The policy was announced earlier this year, but global backlash saw implementation postponed to this month. Let's unpack the latest development now with social media law specialist Emma Sedlier. Emma, good afternoon. Welcome to the Media View on ENCA. Well, 15th of May has come and gone. What's the latest? Can we start there? I mean, what's the latest going on now? What's the big thing currently, in your view?
Yeah, so it's a very interesting one. Basically, earlier this year, anybody who uses WhatsApp got an update saying that we're updating our terms of service, our privacy policy, and unless you agree, we're going to cut off your use to WhatsApp. And there was an uproar. I think that Facebook, which is the company that owns WhatsApp, did not see it coming in any way. And suddenly we saw people leaving WhatsApp in droves. Signal and Telegram both gained tens of millions of users in the matter of a couple of weeks. And the hype has died down significantly. What Facebook did was that they backtracked and said, actually, it's not going to be in February, the deadline. It'll be on the 15th of May, which was 2 days ago on Saturday. And if you don't accept our policy by then we will start suspending your account. So it's not like it's a hard end. It just means some of the functionalities start disappearing. And unless you accept those terms within the next couple of weeks, couple of months, then you won't be able to use WhatsApp whatsoever.
What are these terms that bothered the world so much a few months ago, and Facebook received that backlash that now things are calmer? Was something changed?
Well, no, is the short answer. I think a lot of people who use platforms like WhatsApp, like Facebook, like Instagram, haven't necessarily taken the time to think about how these companies make money. You know, they're used to getting these platforms for free, but they don't think to themselves, well, how do we get this amazing thing for free? And the short answer is that we don't pay them with money, but we pay them with every morsel of information that we give them. Data. And we're not talking about airtime here, because that's what we call it in South Africa.
We're talking about your name, what do you eat, where do you travel to, what do you wear, what car you drive, where do you work?
So basically what happened was that Facebook became a lot more overt and a lot more obvious about what kind of information it was taking from WhatsApp. So we know that when we're on Facebook, every single thing we do is tracked. They work out how can they advertise to us, how can they use that information to make money out of us. And up until now, WhatsApp hasn't really been commercialized. We know that in 2014, Facebook bought WhatsApp for $19 billion US. And we've been waiting for them to tell us, how are you going to make money out of us? We thought that maybe we would be spammed, like maybe we would get a lot of advertising on WhatsApp. There hasn't been any in-app advertising. But what they said is that Facebook is going to start sharing with the parent company, that's Facebook as the parent company, information that they get from WhatsApp users. Things like your call logs, your phone number, your location, if you allow Facebook, WhatsApp to access the location, things like who you're speaking to, what device you use, how long you speak for. They can't read your messages, brother. What they can't do is intercept what I'm saying to my boyfriend, for example, but they can see that we are talking to each other. So they are not able to look at what that message says or what those photos are, because there's end-to-end encryption, which is a little bit comforting for privacy advocates.
Yes.
But they can see other information like what kind of device, what your IP address is, and then they can use that information to share with their parent company stuff about us that they want to know, which means that they can work more money out of us by advertising to us.
Yeah, and while many people downloaded Telegram and other platforms, many of the same people are still using WhatsApp on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that a lot of the hysteria was unfounded, mostly because WhatsApp hasn't doing anything new. You know, the update that we got in January really was just to tell us about a year-old policy. So our experience with the app doesn't change in any way.
Yes.
And, you know, I think, Dan, just got to acknowledge that in South Africa, we are so heavily reliant on WhatsApp and on WhatsApp groups. Even the most hardened people who said they were giving up WhatsApp a few months ago, I'm seeing them back on the app now.
Yeah.
Also, I should say that often it's better the devil you know. You know, we know that WhatsApp is doing various stuff with our content, but a lot of people jumped off WhatsApp, got onto Telegram, and there's some crazy content on Telegram. And actually, Telegram isn't by default end-to-end encrypted. You actually have to turn on a secret chat. You also have access to chats nearby, and then children are stumbling across inappropriate material. So I'm not panicked about the new WhatsApp update. I think we've all got to appreciate that when you get something for free, you are the product, that we're paying with information. I think we've just got to start being smarter about how we use these platforms.
Yes, and then your settings, it's in your hands what settings you prefer, your preferences. Thank you very much, Emma Sedley, for that very useful information there. The backlash has died down, and WhatsApp has moved on, and you're still part of that. But just make sure, as Emma says, that you turn on the features that you want in terms of the settings. Social media law specialist Emma Sedley.